All right, let me give you both sides of the argument here in this dispute between Comcast and Yes Network. I'm going to take the information straight from the websites that were created by both entities to get information out to the people, and maybe you can tell me what's going on, or we can kind of decipher who's right, who's wrong here. I guess we'll go back to the origin of this, where it's determined between the provider and the source as to what the fees are going to be. And the way the revenue stream flows, and this is all about money. At the heart of every issue is money. Rule number one, it's about the money. Rule number two, see rule number one, right? That's kind of what most things are. The source, in this case, Yes Network, has apparently, this is according to Comcast, demanded a 33% increase in fees for the exact same thing that they were providing the previous year. So let's say, for example, that let's say I own a bakery and I make donuts with powdered sugar in my bakery. It's one of the many things that I offer. And all of a sudden, the provider of the powdered sugar says, "Bert, I'm charging you now 33% more for my powdered sugar to put on your powdered donuts that you sell at your bakery." I got to decide, okay, do I want to pay the extra 33% to get the powdered sugar for just something that is not one of my great items in my bakery? That it's a good item, it's okay, some people like it, some people love it, but it's just something else that I offer. I do breads, I do cookies, I do all the other stuff. Do I want to pay this difference now? What Comcast has done is, if I was the baker and I said, well, you know what, I don't want your powdered sugar because I'm not going to carry the powdered donuts anymore. Now all of a sudden there's a problem now, because the people that wanted the powdered donuts are like, well, whoa, I love those. Why don't you bring those back? And this is really no different than what's going on. All right, so according to Comcast, Yes Network demanded a 33% increase in fees for the exact same thing. Comcast also says, here's where it gets political, they're committed to holding down costs, doing right for what's customers, all right? They also say that the Yes Network is the most expensive regional sports network in the entire country. And I guess you still pay this fee, this regional sports network fee, but they don't get the programming does not come with it there. Frequently asked questions. Can I still watch the Yankees without Yes? And according to Comcast, well, yeah, you won't be able to watch them on Yes, but there are other channels that offer certain games. I think the first time that the Yankees on TV will be available to the Comcast customers will be a game, an ESPN game, I think, on April 10th. So nothing until then at all, which is one of those Sunday night games that are shown across the entire country. When will I get the Yes Network back? That's another question. Well, unfortunately, we cannot predict when or if this issue will be resolved. We will continue to evaluate whether there's a way to bring the Yes Network back under terms that are consistent with our commitment to providing the best programming at the best possible price. We are determined to achieve that goal. What about other sports channels? We know many customers value sports program. We do not anticipate further changes in our sports offering. So it's kind of back and forth, and it gets a little political, gets a little, here's a plug for what we do and whatnot. Yes, April 10th, a game against the Detroit Tigers will be the first regular season game available in New Jersey. All right, conversely, Yes Network, their big thing now is, well, you know what? We're still providing games. If you just find a new provider, you'll be able to see the games. A big thing on this website that they've created, opening day almost here. Comcast customers will miss the entire season. There's like a doomsday type clock that's counting down to opening day, and about everything that's going on. And they've got their own position, their own about what's going on. They're talking about how dreadful a company, a dreadful a provider Comcast is, about how every year their customer satisfaction is one of the worst in the entire country. And this is, of course, their side of the argument. So talking about how 300 companies or something, Comcast was ranked near the bottom in terms of customer satisfaction in the television industry and whatnot. So it's kind of back and forth. Each side kind of has their argument and their say as to what's going on. At the end of the day, when you and I finish up a hard day's work and maybe you want to watch a baseball game because of millionaires on either side of an argument, either side of a disagreement, can't get along, well, we're the ones who are going to suffer until this gets worked out somehow. I know there's been some activity and the political side. Assemblyman Craig Coughlin, who represents this part of New Jersey where we are, uh, urging the two sides to come to some kind of agreement, stopping just short of basically mandating that they get this worked out and get the games back on. But when you have two sides that won't blink and they're 100% insistent that their argument is the right one and they're the one who's doing the right thing, it's very difficult to get one side to give in. So all I can tell you is, you know what? Somerset Patriots right here on WCTC, April 21st. And there's no issues, there's no disagreements. We do it because we know you love baseball and you like the Patriots, and so do we. And it's been a great partnership that we've had, and we will continue to have for a long time. So opening day, April 21st, and we're ready for that. And